everybody, welcome to the Stock Car Spectacle. I'm Ian Jortson.
I'm Mike Gamble.
And I'm Nick Kinzel.
And we have our very special friend, Mr. Dalton Good, the Twitter celebrity from this weekend. I don't know if you were watching the Daytona 500, saw this guy going bananas this past Sunday, but welcome, buddy.
Hello. Thank you, Fox, for giving me 3 shots of fame and keep catching me cussing on the live television.
Somebody was upside down. Who it was? Lap 63.
Thanks to you, I'm a Twitter celebrity and an internet meme right now, so I couldn't ask for more.
Dalton, you got to do it for us one time.
One
Do it
time.
for one time.
My mom, I already got chewed out from my mom's side of the family, so I don't know.
Don't be a pussy. Come on.
Gotta do it. Gotta do it.
All right, you guys ready? Okay. God fucking damn it!
All right, boy.
Go.
That's
There
10
it
Hail
is.
Marys right there.
I'm gonna have to go to church this Sunday. Whoops.
That's 10 Hail Rowdies, Dalton.
Hail rowdy, baby.
Yeah, but buddy, how was Daytona? I know your 2020 Daytona got fucked over, but you finally got to see the full race. You got to see a real good one too, man. How was your experience?
Dude, okay, so yeah, for those of you who don't know, I attempted to go to the 500 in 2020, and it got absolutely ruined. It was probably the worst racing experience I've ever had in my entire life. It all started with Hertz not knowing where their own rental cars were, which really pissed me off. And then, of course, the weather. I remember that morning the weather said it was going to be good, and then right before the race started, it just became a monsoon, and had to go back the very next day, and I was just absolutely pissed off. I'm like, this is probably like the worst racing experience I've ever had in my life. But I said, I got to try this again. I got to see the full thing because I only saw like 20 laps and they're in a single file train. So, but finally I got to go back. I didn't really want to go last year because, with COVID and the limited capacity. So I wanted to go like when it was full crowd again. And I talked to my buddy Cooper from the Left Turn Cult. We put together that trip on Christmas night, and we ended up going. And this is probably my favorite, one of my favorite race weekends of my entire life. I don't know if it tops Atlanta last year yet.
Oh! Kyle Busch, win number 102. Fuck Daniel Hambrick. Oh! Hell yeah! In rare form.
I skirt I vanish, I slide out landish, V12 engine, all black like Batman. Do numbers like I work in finance. God bless, no, this not by chance. Don't dab me, you're not my man. Don't at me, you're not my man.
Yet, but man, I just had nothing but fun. There was a lot of things that happened this weekend. I got to meet the man again at the 7-Eleven across from the Speedway, and I got on TV 3 times. Got caught cussing on live TV. I'm now an internet meme, like I said, and again, I got to see a whole Daytona 500. I said, I don't care what happens to Kyle Busch. I just want to see all 200 laps. And
Well, that cut shot of you cussing, that begs to differ right there.
Yeah.
That you didn't
The
care what
film
happens to
says
Kyle Busch.
otherwise,
Yeah.
sir.
but yeah, I mean, it was also, the first race of the Gen 7 car. There was a lot of uncertainty going in this weekend, and it put on a good show. I mean, it was a lot better than last year's Daytona 500. The racing was fantastic, and Kyle survived the final 3 wrecks and got a top 10 finish after all that. So I'm very satisfied. This is a W weekend for me. So
How loud were those cars? Were they louder than the last generation, like people were saying?
So I really can't answer that because I really didn't need headphones for Daytona because I'm used to Bristol and there being like a loud echo around the track. But when you go to Daytona, I mean, it's all quiet from all the way, like from the moment they pass you all the way to when they come back around, and you can hear like the intercom in the grandstands. So yeah, I really can't tell. The real test is going to be at Bristol, not the dirt race, but the night race in September when there's like a loud echo around the track, and then I'll really find out how loud it is. But they really were a little bit louder, I must say. But again, with it being at Daytona and me used to going to Bristol, I can't really give a good answer for that. But yeah, I mean the cars look great. I thought the number placement looks much better in person, so I don't really have any issues with it anymore. And also Clint Boyer made like a good point. I remember listening to him in practice, and they were talking about, the number placement And, with the shorter quarter panels, they have to make the logos bigger. So that kind of makes more sense to me, at least. So, but yeah, first race of Gen 7 car. They looked good. They raced good. So, so far, 2 for 2 so far this season.
Yeah, absolutely. So far, not disappointed. We'll get into talking about the Gen 7 car a little bit later. But let's get into our diecast of the week. That's how we start our show every week. Dalton, what'd you bring for us, buddy?
All right. Well, I finally have an appropriate diecast again. We're going to California for the first time in 84 years. So I actually have all the California Kyle Busch win diecasts that were made, except for 2013. Unfortunately, that was never made. I don't know how because of the finish that happened there. But I'm planning on making a custom out of that one soon. But I decided out of the 3 that I have, I'm going to do this one. And this is Kyle Busch's 2005 first career win at California Speedway on Labor Day weekend. This is probably the most expensive Kyle Busch diecast that I bought. My price range, like the highest I'll go is like 150. This was madman. Yeah, this was 180. So I'm like, you know what? It's first career win. It's a big win. I got to have it. I don't think I'll get a better deal anywhere else. So yeah, first career win for Kyle Busch, baby.
So that's all I got to say, that I can get shit on for rooting for not so great drivers all the time, but you'll never catch me having to drop $150 on a diecast. So
No, just a door panel.
Just door. Okay, yeah, door
panel.
Yeah.
No, dude, you have like a whole car at this point.
Wait, what about you spending $500 on Black Friday?
Okay, all right. Yeah, okay, but that was for
that's cumulative though. That's like 37 cars.
That was for 9 diecasts right there. I spent $400 on. You're spending $150 on one diecast.
I mean,
so
guys, Dalton is Kyle Busch's. I mean, he is Kyle Busch's biggest fan. Let's just put it out there.
All right.
At that point, you have to own Kyle Busch's first win. It is worth that price.
Dalton, I just want you to understand, with $150-something, do you have any idea how many Rowdy Energies you could have bought? Do you have any idea how many Papa John's pizzas you could have bought with that money?
Oh man,
I got.
You could be rolling like the Harmonator right now.
Hey, I got Papa John's points now, so I'm covered. But
my God,
my goal is to have all 59 wins so far. I am on 23. I have to wait for Pocono and Kansas from last year right now. So that I'm gonna have to make some customs. Unfortunately, I did make one that I hope to air on the show if you guys ever invite me for a Bristol race. But yeah, we'll see how that goes. Still trying to add on to my collection. I think there's gonna be ones that are hard to find. I already give up on the 2010 sweep set. I know I'm never gonna find that one. I kind of give up on it because they're selling that for $800. But yeah, we'll see how that goes. But
what's $800? No biggie.
No, I would never do that. My 2017 set was $135 for all 3 cars. So yeah, no, thank you.
It's a pretty penny, but hey, you are the biggest Kyle Busch fan. I think that's worth every penny.
Hopefully, a nice fan will hook me up. I mean, that's how I got the Indiana Jones Darlington diecast, but we'll see.
Oh. He is the rowdiest Kyle Busch fan out there. Just ask NASCAR Chasm; he'll tell you.
Oh yeah, NASCAR Chasm knows.
And NASCAR Fox too. Yeah, shout out to NASCAR Chasm for tweeting my video out there, and him and I had a nice conversation afterwards as well. And he followed me on Twitter. So yeah,
shit.
Ooh.
And he tweeted to some random guy saying that this is Dalton Good. He's probably the most passionate Kyle Busch fan you'll ever find. I'm like, thank you for the kind words, sir.
Attaboy. That's awesome.
They're kind words until you have to sit next to Dalton at a racetrack. And it's like, shoot me now. Let's get it over with.
Yeah. Nick knows that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Nick knows about sitting next to
Dalton when Rowdy's going good.
You're so lucky you're a friend, Dalton. You're so lucky you're a friend.
Remember this?
Dude. He would have knocked your fucking lights out after what happened to Hemdog.
I remember that weekend before he told me that if Kyle wrecked Dale Hembrick, he was going to send me to the Rednecks, and I'm like, I got to run.
You're lucky I didn't. But yeah, if I didn't know you and you put your camera in my face like you did and took that picture that you took, oh man.
All you all you
They
did was
would've
sing
gotten
fuck.
broke. Yeah. Oh man, I would have kicked your ass.
All you did was sing "Fuck You, Bitch" by Wheeler Walker Jr. at the campsite. That's all you
I
did.
did. I did. That's because you're a friend. That's the only reason why. If I didn't know you, and I was stuck sitting next to you, oh man, you were getting dropped.
Oh, jeez.
Darn.
Oh man. All right, Mikey G, what do you got for your diecast of the week, bud?
All right, fellas. In honor of my boy Bubba Wallace, once again finishing second, the Daytona 500, the Great American Race. We're going to throw it back to the last time he finished second at Daytona, and the 43 click and close Chevy Camaro. I actually have the pit crew to shirt to match this as well. This is a sweet diecast. It's got all the damage up and down the side. They really did a nice job with the detail on this one. So
what a wild
Hamlin.
finish. Oh yeah, what a wild finish too. And then they had a little feud after that too. Like, and now they're working together. It's crazy, but
yeah, Denny is so salty that he kicked Bubba off of his basketball league. And now he employs the man.
All because he made a stupid Adderall comment early in the week. I'm like,
I was gonna say that the infamous Adderall comment race right there too. That was awesome.
I mean, he had it coming, so.
Yeah, a little bit.
Oh man.
All right, E&G, what you got for us, homie?
So for my diecast of the week, we just got done with the Daytona 500, and I'm throwing it back to a heartbreaker for Mr. Mark Martin. As you guys know, I'm a Kevin Harvick fan. I also do like Mark Martin, but that was one of my favorite Daytona 500s. Seeing Mark Martin, Kevin Harvick go at it, photo finish, one of the closest Daytona 500s ever. I love this Army paint scheme with the 0-1 car. Absolutely phenomenal paint scheme, and I love Mark Martin. I mean, I think he everybody likes that guy. He was a man of the people, phenomenal driver, and just an awesome badass Army paint scheme.
He listens to rap music.
Dude, I love that. He listens to Gucci Mane.
Yes. Is he a big Gucci guy? That's great.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Mark Martin's a fucking badass. I bet you he could still hop in a race car. I bet he could get like a top 20.
He said, "Hell no." He said,
I know,
no.
but dude, that would be awesome.
Look at the man's lifestyle now. He has his motor coach bus, and he just goes to various destinations and listens to rap music all the time.
He's still ripped, man. He is still working out all the time. Like, I think his son is like a bodybuilder or something, and they work out together. And dude, Mark Martin, for his age, man, he could still whoop a bunch of guys' asses like on the track.
Yep.
That would be awesome to see him come back. But yeah,
he's NASCAR's Chuck Norris right there.
Without a doubt, dude. He's the all-American badass. And then Nick, we know you don't have a diecast of the week, buddy.
We're not doing this.
Yeah.
I think I need to get on a rotation schedule. Maybe every other show I'll pull one of the 6 out. I only got 6 out here with me, so.
I think every time you come home, you got to switch your 6 out for 6 different ones.
I'll have to keep that in mind going forward. Yeah.
There you go.
I'll get a new 6 out here to the next one because I come home again for spring break in a couple weeks. So yeah, maybe I'll just swap the 6 out.
Cool. All right, guys. So let's get into our race review from Daytona. We started off with the truck series, and Nick's favorite driver, Ty Majeski, won the pole for the truck race. And then Nemechek, just gonna
keep my mouth shut on that one.
Don't get canceled. Nick.
Probably smart.
Just gonna zip it up. That finishing position didn't go so hot for him, though, did it?
Didn't zip it up, did he?
Yeah.
Didn't zip it up.
I just got to throw one.
That lasted 4 seconds.
He's like, I'm not going to say anything, but then I'm just going to take a.
I'm not going to say anything.
I'll take one shot at him. That's it.
All right, bud. Then John Hunter Nemechek, he hasn't missed a beat from last season. He went on to sweep the first 2 stages. Phenomenal start for John Hunter Nemechek on the season, guys. Just don't choke at the end. That's all I got to say.
Please.
Jeez.
Oh, man.
Jeez.
And then I got to say, with the truck series at Daytona, this was probably the cleanest race that I've seen up until the end. Like they really and they were fighting hard and somehow they just kept it clean. It was phenomenal.
Yeah, I was shocked too. So me and Cooper were on our way to Daytona. We were in Jacksonville at the end of it. I was driving and I let Cooper watch the truck race like on my phone while I was driving. And I would like check in every like 5 minutes to see what was going on while I was listening to it mostly. And I remember the final 2 laps. I watched the big wreck happen like right before they got to start finish line. I knew that was over, but then apparently they said no, they didn't make it back to the line. I'm like, how in the hell did they not make it back to the line?
Yeah, dude, Zane Smith, he was there.
Yeah.
And then the caution, they flew it so fucking quick. And
I were like, NASCAR.
They were ready for that shit, boy.
NASCAR's just like, oh, yes, we're going to throw the caution so we can tear out more trucks. Let's do it.
And shout out
because
to
they didn't hit their quota. They didn't hit their quota of wrecked trucks for Daytona. So
all right, there, Kyle.
Tony.
And shout out to Jacob Lewis. Like he was in the group chat and say he was pissed when that happened. He said, "I'm glad they didn't show me that replay. I would have flipped shit."
Yeah, but I mean, either way, at the end with that restart, Zane Smith still came out a winner with his Front Row Motorsports debut. 2 years in a row that Front Row, 2 years in a row that Loves has gone to victory lane at Daytona, guys. So pretty cool to see that for Zane Smith. You know, I kind of felt bad when he got demoted down to Front Row Motorsports from where he was at with GMS Racing. I mean, did he?
I don't know if you really call that as emotional. Yeah, Front Row in the Truck Series, they weren't terrible.
No,
even with Todd Gilliland as their driver, he was still up there every week. But I think Zane Smith is just going to do great things for this team. I think he's going to do better than Todd Gilliland, man. And he's already 1-for-1 with them, and you can only go up from there. So
hopefully not to a Front Row Cup ride. That's where I hope he doesn't, because Zane Smith's a good driver, man. He doesn't deserve that shit.
Yeah,
I remember Zane's first year when he got the Junior Motorsports Xfinity ride. He was just dog shit, and then he got demoted back down to Truck Series, and then he goes to 2 straight championship fours and finishes second in both of those championship fours. So yeah, I look for big things out of Zane this year for sure.
Oh yeah. All right, so congrats to Zane. Let's move on to the Xfinity Series.
I want to talk about it.
Your boy Hemdog won the pole though. Looked fast, with Colleague Racing, looked real fast in the debut for them.
Hey Nick, what'd you say about that last pole winner?
Oh, go fuck yourself. Go fuck
you
yourself.
You had that coming, bud.
Go fuck yourself.
Oh, jeez, I couldn't help myself.
Oh, geez. All right, guys. So then problems for Anthony Alfredo as well. He had his window fly out. He got black flagged. Just more bad luck for this guy. Oh, yeah. I think they were going through turns 3 and 4, and his side window just flew off the car.
What lap was that?
I think it was early. It was like stage 1.
No, I didn't see that.
Yeah, he got black flagged, and he was in our motorsports car, right?
Right.
23. I was at the Xfinity race, by the way. So I didn't really see that. I didn't really pay attention to that, but that sucks.
Yeah, you don't really see that happen.
No.
And then, guys, big wreck for Drew Dollar, just as expected. I mean, he tore up every KBM car that he was in last year, and now he's just going to do it for Joe Gibbs at the super speedways.
Picking up right where he left off.
Yeah, he just lost control and slammed into the 51 of Jeremy Clements. Just ruined both of their days. Oh, no, Trevor Bayne would never. And then I think that was only like 30 minutes prior to him getting wrecked at the end of the ARCA race, too.
Wreck was almost
he wrecked within like an hour and a half of each other.
That wreck was almost in the same spot of the racetrack.
Wow.
Too, dumped his ARCA cars. So yeah, that's 10 straight races in a row that man's been in a wreck.
That one was 100% a hate. Stop me if you've seen this one before.
Yeah, right.
Same wreck within like an hour and a half of each other twice in a row.
Great start for Drew Dollar.
he got called out by Jeremy Clements on MRN radio at the track. I heard it like while they were going by, and Jeremy Clements was talking about it's a shame you got these inexperienced kids getting cup prizes because of money.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw MRN tweet about that. That was pretty funny.
Honestly, the only reason he has that is because of money. That's why he's got this opportunity. And they put him in the worst possible situations too. Four super speedways. He's already junked them in one. 3 to go.
Oh jeez. Talladega is gonna be a mess with him. Good Lord.
He's gonna be punting people in the 15th row, man.
True race of $1.
Oh, God. That joke was not good like your last.
All right. So then Daniel Hemrick went on to win stage 1. Good points to start off for the season for the 11 car.
Can we talk about that Kyle Busch 2012 save that Noah Gregson did at the end of stage
I was
1?
just going to bring that up. We had Noah Gregson, Daniel Hemrick fighting for the lead. This was as we were walking to the basketball stadium. And I was watching on my phone, and I see Noah just go for the block, and he just goes on the double yellow line, slips and slides, and he saves it. Dude, oh my God, my heart was racing. What a fucking save by Noah.
Noah tried to Noah tried to pull a Joey Logano right there in the
don't say that.
What I liked about it though,
that's mean.
No. But what I like there, that was one of those where how many times is Hemrick is such a overly nice race car driver.
He said, nope. He's
not taking shit this year.
I'm the champion. No way. I'm not doing this shit again.
Hey, that's what Daniel Hemrick needs to win more races, man. He needs to be aggressive like how he was on the final 2 laps at Phoenix. I think that really did awaken a beast in him, and I really think that he's going to set the world on fire this year with the 11 car.
Hey man, I hope so.
I even see if the colleague equipment is as good as it is in the Cup Series, man, I really think that he has a shot to even win a Cup Series race this year. Him and Noah.
Dude,
I see it. I mean, AJ Allmendinger won last year. I mean, regarding he is one of the best road course racers. I will give him that. But still, that did show that colleague equipment is not to be fucked around.
This weekend is really going to be the true test of what does colleague racing have for Cup Series equipment, because we're going to an oval that's not a super speedway. So now we're really going to see here, what do they got?
Right.
And I got to say one more thing. Daniel Hemrick blocked his ass off that entire first stage.
He looked like a badass.
I thought he was going to kill everybody in stage 1. And so Cooper coming into this race, he was okay with Daniel Hemrick because, they were teammates. Like him and Nick made up after Atlanta last year. And then that near wreck that happened just made Cooper just hate Daniel Hemrick again. I'll go ahead and tell you, he flipped him off every single lap on Sunday.
He's just sad. Yeah. He's still not over what happened at Phoenix last year.
Yeah. He said he's going to retire from LTC, but he still hasn't yet.
Yeah.
Nick and Coop's little makeup session right there lasts about as long as a Hendrick car in the Daytona 500.
Oh, damn. Going for the throat. I love it, Mikey G.
Darn.
God damn.
I'm here all day, fellas.
All right, guys. And Mr. Daniel Hemrick, he went on to win stage 2. So good first 2 stages for Daniel Hemrick and some precious playoff points. And then with the Chevys coming down pit road, Sam Mayer spins and loses bumper cover. Welcome to full time, buddy.
I can't.
Man, this is gonna be a long season with that fucker.
Like we had the Natalie Decker incident counter, we need the Sam Mayer counter for 2022 because it's gonna be high.
Dude, poor Junior. At least he's got 3 other good drivers. At least he has Josh Berry, Allgaier, and Noah.
Yep.
He'll be able to make it up. But good God. After last year, why would you sign that guy full time?
Money. That's why.
Money. That's all it is. They went from Michael Annett to Sam Mayer. They got to go from one shit driver to another.
Hello, I like money.
Yeah. Alrighty, and then caution with 30 to go, with multiple drivers, including Brett Moffitt, CJ McLaughlin, Ryan Sieg, Jeffrey Earnhardt, including Daniel Hemrick as well. So yeah, Daniel Hemrick was having a great day and then pretty much over after that. But hey, At least
it didn't matter because he won the first 2 stages and got 2 playoff points from it. So
he had a good day.
It was a miscommunication with his new crew chief. That's why they had to pit a second time during one of those cautions. That's why he was in the back, and that's why I got on that wreck. But it's Daytona. We won the first 2 stages. Move on.
That's really why I like the stage system. Is like, if you do end up wrecking at the end, at least you won like the first 2 stages. You have points to make up for how great you did throughout the whole race. Like, that's why I love it.
Yeah, absolutely, man. It gives you something to race for in the middle of the race, and it gives you something to show for it if something goofy happens and takes you out at the end. At least you got a little something in the bank.
Right. And then, guys, wild, crazy finish with Myatt Snider flipping and destroying his whole car, going to the catch fence on the back stretch. Absolutely insane. His engine was gone from the car. There was bits and pieces in Michael Jordan's bus on the back stretch. Absolutely insane wreck. And it's just phenomenal to see that Myatt Snider got out of that car okay.
Oh, dude, that was scary because like this was actually my first ever catch fence crash that I've witnessed in person. Because again, I go to Bristol, I never see that, but yeah, I remember watching that on the final lap. I could see like the backstretch from where we were sitting, and I saw he flipped in the air for about like a good 2 seconds, and then he hit the catch fence. I saw like so many fireballs, and my worst fear, I didn't see it, but I thought he got hit from like other cars, like as he was like coming back down the track, and it really scared the shit out of me. But luckily he got out like 30 seconds later. I'm like, okay, thank you. Yeah, it was absolutely terrifying.
Just shows.
Yeah, that was Austin Dillon-esque right there. That one was pretty scary.
That was almost Kyle Larson. I remember Kyle Larson in the Nationwide season.
Yeah.
It was 9 years ago today. That car got ripped to shreds.
The only thing that was left was the freaking cockpit, man.
Yeah, literally the only thing that was left off that car was Kyle Larson and the cockpit. That was
the roll cage. Yep.
That was insane.
Yeah, it just shows like, over the past 20 plus years, how much the safety has come through. Like even with what happened to Ryan Newman a few years ago in the Daytona 500, like no one has died in NASCAR since Dale Earnhardt. So it's just great to see the safety that NASCAR has gone through the past 20 years. So let's move on. Austin Hill was declared the winner at the end of that caution there. So Austin Hill gets his first win in his debut with RCR. Awesome to see that for Austin Hill. We know that he is going to be a threat this year. I think him and Sheldon Creed are both going to be championship favorites, to be honest.
Fuck.
Oh.
You all right there,
you all right there, bud?
We just choked a 10-point lead. Iowa State's on a 16-4 run now. And that's a game side. You can
gross.
Tough to be a West Virginia fan.
Oops. That'll be my last little outburst.
But no, getting back into it. Sheldon Creed and Austin Hill both showed a lot of speed in their truck series careers. Both showed that they can not just win races, but compete for championships. I think they're both going to have a pretty good shot. But again, like we've talked about, this is a stacked Xfinity Series roster. The field is deep. So could they make the playoffs? Possibly. Would I necessarily say they're favorites? Well, we're going to have to wait and see how everybody else kind of shakes up. This is a deep field, man. So we're just going to have to wait and see. But they really, especially Austin Hill, really good start to the year.
So far, I always see one RCR car making the Final Four for Xfinity.
I don't know. We'll have to see more out of them. I think if anybody could do it, it would be. I got my eyes on Sheldon Creed. I like Sheldon Creed a lot. And if we're talking playoffs and Final Four, even if an RCR car does get in, I think it'd be Sheldon Creed.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, guys, let's move on to the Daytona 500. The Commercials 500. It was a phenomenal race. Lots of great commercials. Phenomenal.
I was fan reactions too.
Yeah, Dalton, you must be really jealous of how many commercials that we saw.
I guess Fox's shitty coverage was good for me, but not good for the fans. Yeah, I'm actually glad I was there because I would have been so annoyed. I actually went back and rewatched the Daytona 500 on YouTube last night, and I saw what you guys were talking about. I'm like, dude, this is annoying as hell. I mean, I get that you got to make your money, but like for a super speedway race for the Daytona 500, that should be legal, you know?
You would think.
Yeah,
I'll just say this. If I see he saved at the pump one more time,
oh my
I'm
god,
putting Ryan Blaney in the fence, and I'm one of his biggest fans.
Yeah, I don't mind the Tony Stewart Chase Briscoe trophy commercial. That's actually funny, but
that one's good.
The new Save of the Pup is the new Applebee's. Like, yeah. What?
Yep. So Kyle Larson won the pole. Hendrick Motorsports always winning the pole, but
that's
never
all they can do. That's
showing
all
up.
they can do.
Yeah.
That's
and
all
what
they
happened?
can do. They fucking dropped like rocks on lap 1.
Yes,
Yep.
they did. And then your boy Daniel Hemrick failed inspection multiple times. Had to do a pass through. Ended up a lap down.
His day was done right from when that happened. They had such a bad day.
These damn cheaters in NASCAR.
Dude, they had a horrible day. Then they got penalized again on a pit stop, and then he got penalized again. So then he lost another lap. Oh my god, that
bunch of cheaters.
What a shit day! But still to come back and finish 12th with a clean car. I can't call that a terrible day after everything they went through.
Well, pretty good to finish 12th even when you're cheating, though. So
yeah.
You should have seen how happy Cooper was when he found that out.
But how happy was Cooper when Austin Dillon's car was a piece of shit?
Oh, he was pissed.
His car was running like a Mike Harmon car.
He was cheering for Austin Dillon. Or no. He was cheering for Greg Biffle and Christopher Bell's damaged car to pass Austin Dillon.
Yeah,
that's how
like I always say. Cooper likes to give me a lot of shit, but then he's wearing a Michael McDowell shirt and he roots for Austin Dillon. So we ain't that different, bud. We ain't that different.
That's why y'all fight. You're the same person with that shit.
Yeah.
Hey, he came at me first. The first thing he ever said to me at Atlanta was "fuck Daniel Hemrick," and I was like, "All right, nice to meet you too, bud."
All right, yeah.
That's how we're gonna roll. All right.
Coop, I love you, boy.
Coop, daddy. Coop's a beast.
Coop, daddy.
And then awful debut for New York Racing and Greg Biffle. His engine failed, so had to close out his Daytona 500. I was really rooting for the Biff. I thought that if there was any underdog team that could do it, it would be either Beard Motorsports or New York Racing.
Oh, we all were. Yeah, Beard Motorsports had a legitimate shot.
He had a shot until the end.
Yep.
But we'll get into that. And then Cindric gave Briscoe a big push, and then Briscoe spun entering turn 1. So the Fords were making some big pushes. Keselowski was making a bunch of big pushes too, getting guys loose.
Keselowski is just trying to kill somebody out there.
Yeah.
Yep.
The money team.
Keselowski said, "How durable are these cars? Really?
Keselowski is just trying to kill everybody because he knows that his RFK equipment's gonna go to shit here once we get to these ovals. So he's trying to get the most out of everything he could before he's running into 20s.
How ironic. Man. How ironic at the same track 4 years ago, he called everybody out for throwing bad blocks, which he's right. But then 4 years later, he says, "Oh, I'm not lifting. And apparently he thinks he's still in 2019 with not lifting.
Yeah.
Well, but the only real saving grace he kind of has is, I know we're still learning the limitations of where these cars can go and what you can do. So where can you push? Sometimes, you find that stuff out the hard way. Oh shit, went a little too far with it there. So, I agree with you guys wholeheartedly, but a little bit of understanding on my end there, but you still can't be like pushing dudes in their right rear in the middle of the turns, man.
Come on, that's some elementary shit right there. That's some Tony Breidinger, Natalie Decker shit right there.
Oh.
Oof.
All
And
right,
Nick
there,
is
Nick.
tasty.
All right, take it easy, buddy.
Am I wrong? Am I wrong though?
I mean, no, but
Am I wrong?
Yeah.
No, I'm not.
All right, moving on. Problems with Kaz Grala and the money team as they lost a wheel. It was the first loose wheel of the next gen era for the single lug. Also problems with Justin Haley and Colleague Racing. They broke a wheel, so that's a 4-race suspension for the crew chief for improperly mounted wheels. So that's for Haley and Kaz Grala. That was just announced today that those penalties have that the penalties have been announced for that. So
Floyd Mayweather's first L.
Yep. Here's your L, sir. Here's your L.
50 and 1.
No, 51-1.
Those pickers, you got one job. You got one lug nut. Just get it on there.
So
Tight.
I would say, you guys think they had a lug loose, or I don't know. What do you guys think?
You got one job. One job.
It took one race to see the first loose wheel of the single lug era. That is just ridiculous, guys. It's one lug nut. It's not that hard.
Yeah.
Good God.
Well, I don't know if it's because like teams are still trying to get used to tying it on like good enough. I don't know. I mean, it's one big lug nut, but I remember there was a fan sitting right behind me, and he was talking about how that happens in Formula One a lot of times, which I could see kind of, but yeah, already very, very concerning. I don't know if it was like a failure or something, or they're not tightening it or what, but yeah, that's
But for me, here's the difference though. The Formula One pit stops are like sub 3 seconds a lot of the time, especially like the good teams like Red Bull and stuff. So they're in and out. This is done. NASCAR still, they're like 10-second stops. They're literally still waiting for fuel once they have all 4 tires on. So you've got more time. So I understand that, yeah, it does have an F1, but you have more time in NASCAR. So that, they got to get used to it. It is a little different. There's way less of a margin for error, 5 lug nuts versus 1. But man, it's hard to make an excuse when you miss 1.
Right.
Yeah, no doubt about that. So that sucks. And then the big wreck happened with Keselowski giving Harrison Burton a push. Then Harrison Burton just flips. Byron slams into the wall, also taking Kyle Busch with him. That's when we saw the infamous "God fucking damn it" from Mr. Dalton Good. Phenomenal shot.
Yep. So
that was the money shot.
Yep.
That was the GFD for KFB.
Yep. And I remember it all perfectly. Like I remember so Daytona's internet was kind of shitty, to be honest with you. Like it took me forever to get y'all's text, but I did get a lot of texts saying I was on TV, but that was like for the the side-by-side commercials. And at first I thought it was just like a background shot where you could hardly see, but no, that was like a clear shot. And
they were right on you.
And apparently they kept showing me over and over and over and over again. I had no idea they showed me after Kyle wrecked until my mom texted me saying, "Listen, I know you're upset, but there's probably kids around you." And I'm like, wait,
watch
what?
your language.
And then I finally got the text from you guys saying, kids, we want to say. I'm like, no. And
Trevor Bain would never.
Oh yeah, Trevor Bain's pretty disappointed in me. So Trevor Bain, I hope you forgive me for my sins, please. But
he hit you with a "watch your profanity."
Yeah, your grandmother's watching, buddy. And so I was standing there. I knew the wreck would happen. I saw Harrison Burton flip all the way from my seats, and I was hoping Kyle Busch wouldn't be in it, but it was right close to him. So I figured, yeah, probably. But then I heard him on the intercom saying Kyle Busch got a piece of it. That's when I screamed, "God damn it!" And I was waiting for him to come back around. I shouted another thing, and I said, "What's the freaking damage?" And he comes around. He only had fender damage. I'm like, you know what? Wait a minute. That is not bad. That is not bad. I'm going to suck that back in. Let's take it back in.
I tell you, he looked a lot better than Denny Hamlin. Denny Hamlin was skewed, man. He was Tokyo drifting that shit.
If you ever wanted to know what you look like walking home from the bars at 3 a.m, that's it.
Yeah.
That thing was leaning.
But yeah, and then I just became an instant internet meme right after that. So
phenomenal, dude. And
people are
going to be using that. People are going to be using that GIF all the time when something bad happens to their driver or something bad happens to Kyle Busch.
I am tweeting that every time Kyle Busch wrecks from now on. I am not kidding.
I mean, I feel like you have to. That it's like your property.
Exactly. The Twitter, the attention I've been getting after this is unbelievable. So first I got reply by NASCAR Chasm. So shout out to you. Thanks for the follow. And last night, breaking news, I made it on the Dale Jr. download. Good old Mike Davis gave me a little mention on the Dale Jr. download. They were talking about the fans being back, and he mentioned my favorite shot was after Kyle Busch wrecked. This Kyle Busch fan just absolutely cussing. And so thanks to you, Mike Davis, for giving me a shout out there. And fun fact, I also sat next to Mike Davis at the Oyster Pub on a Saturday night. Dakota talked to him for a little bit, but I didn't really want to bother him. But I want to give a big thank you to Mike Davis for the shout out. I've gained about almost 400 followers ever since Friday. Yep, and it's still going up. So yeah, it's been up. Electric Colts follower count. Yeah, Electric Colts follower count's been going up. We reached 800 today. So yeah, it's just been unbelievable. I mean, I hate it had to be, what I said. I mean, it was kind of bad. Don't get me wrong, but I mean, come on, it's
that's awesome.
You've probably said worse in your life, so you're good.
Fun fact.
We know that he has.
Fun fact before you move on. Another thing I did that Fox did not catch on camera. Joey Logano was passing by on the driver intros, like in the truck. And my whole section was just quiet. Like nobody was talking. And I get up, I scream a big loud, "Fuck you, Joey!" And as he's passing by, he does this.
He's
hey, that's that kid from the bathroom.
Yeah, you weren't saying that when I just got done taking a piss and you wanted a picture with me.
he probably didn't even wash his hands. He probably just put his piss hands on your back.
Yeah, he's like, "Joke's on you."
Fuck
I
you,
didn't
Kyle
wash,
Busch.
buddy.
He actually did not wash his hands. I can't confirm.
How would you know that? How would you know
you
that?
watched him in the bathroom?
Because his hands were moist after the handshake. That's how he knows.
He was just getting done, and he just walks out without washing his hands. I'm like, bro, we're in a pandemic. How you not wash your hands?
Joey Logano.
Dalton was stalking Logano in the bathroom.
The bullshit.
Joey Logano confirmed.
Almost like my experience at Iowa Speedway. Yeah. Oh my God, that's pretty funny. All right, guys, moving on. So Martin Truex, he went on to win stage 1 with a battle against Joey Logano. It was pretty close there for that stage win. And then we had a caution for Tyler Reddick breaking his right rear toe link and spinning out, taking out Kurt Busch, Joey Logano, and Martin Truex. So, Mr. Dalton Good was going wild during that one.
He didn't have to kill anybody. I'm glad he learned his lesson for not blocking like a maniac in the duels.
Yeah, right.
That's another thing that happened. That's another thing that happened in the duels. I tweeted 15 laps of 4 that our only hope was Joey Logano throwing a bad blocks at his 4 teammates. And what do you know happened?
You got to keep tweeting. That's what you got to do.
Yeah, you're like Nostradamus on the tweets, my guy.
I'm a psycho.
Remember when this guy closed out his Twitter? He's like, "I'm never going on Twitter again," and here he is. He's Twitter famous again. He can't be stopped, ladies and gentlemen.
Nope.
So, but no, going back to that wreck though, that's a game changer in the wreck. Look at how many super speedway mavericks were taken out of that race, and how many just solid contenders were out of the race after that because of it. I mean, Truex took that damage. He was never really the same. Logano never really the same. And those are heavy hitters. That changed the trajectory of the race. No doubt about it.
Mm-hmm. Dude, interesting stat. So John Hunter Nemechek won the first 2 stages of the truck race, didn't win the race. Daniel Hemrick won the first 2 stages of the Xfinity race, didn't win the race. And then Truex, he won both stages, correct?
Yeah.
And he did not win the race. So there's some bad blood out there for stage winners this weekend. It was a bad weekend to be a stage winner.
Yeah, that's for sure. And then another big wreck. We had Buescher slowing up, and Kyle Larson slammed into the rear end of Kevin Harvick, slamming into my boy Noah Gragson.
Ian loved that one.
Yeah,
that was the single maddest I've ever seen Ian. The only time I've ever been afraid of him ever.
I was afraid of him. I really thought the dude was going to break the hotel TV. He literally, there was a bunch of drinks and stuff on like the little table where the TV was on. He smacked all those onto the ground. I was like, oh man, we made it.
I threw my hat. I took
Sunday.
my shirt off.
I wish I would have been there to see that.
We made it through Sunday without any incidental charges, and now Ian's just gonna blow the door open here.
Dude,
Did you say the same? Did you say the same words I said?
It was worse, dude. I think I said. I said some really horrible things about Kyle Larson and Chris Buescher that I don't really regret that much because it took out two of my favorite fucking drivers, Kevin Harvick and Noah Gragson, in his fucking Daytona 500 debut. And Noah Gragson was sitting like top 10, dude. He was running top 10, running on the Daytona 500. He could have fucking won that thing, man. I am so mad about that.
Only thing that could have made it more entertaining. Only thing that could have made it any more entertaining if it was Chase Elliott involved somehow. Then he would have lost his mind.
If Chase Elliott was the one that caused, I would have flown down to Charlotte and wait outside his house.
No.
That's what I would have done. That's what I would have done. Oh, we're getting thready now on the Stock Car Spectacle.
Yeah.
All righty, so moving on, we had Buescher and Stenhouse wreck. Guys, you can't do a super speedway race without having Ricky Stenhouse wreck, of course.
That miss from Kyle Busch was bad.
That was phenomenal, man. It
happened right in front of me, and I was waiting for him to slam into Stenhouse, and there Kyle Busch fans sitting right behind me kept yelling, "He missed it, dude!" I'm like, bullshit. And I look at the replay, like barely the TV screen, and he comes around with no dance. I'm like, let's freaking go. That never happens in super speedways.
Did you really say let's freaking go?
He took a page from Joey Logano.
Yeah.
Let's freaking
go. Yeah, I was so excited for that because that never happens to Kyle Busch. Kyle Busch will always get involved in wrecks at the super speedways, and he missed those final three. I'm like, thank you for letting us miss them finally. So satisfying.
And then, guys, rookie Austin Cindric goes on to win in a green-white checkered finish, holding off Ryan Blaney and Bubba Wallace to get his first win in the NASCAR Cup Series. His debut with the 2-car, freaking phenomenal, guys. This kid he's proven that he isn't here to fuck around.
I predicted him to win a race or two this season, but not the Daytona 500.
And it's not like it was a lucky win either. He was holding his ground the whole time. Him and Blaney were pushing. Like, the kid was phenomenal. Like, Penske has
ready
big
to
things
murder him.
Yeah, Blaney was not a happy camper.
He said,
listen,
I'm going to kill that
I
kid.
understand you got to do what you got to do to win the Daytona 500. Don't get me wrong. But your teammate could have punted you in the fourth row at any point, and he decided to, hey, let's duke this out and drag race it to the end. You were like, nah, fence, bro, fence. That's it. Game over.
Yeah,
I mean, what do you expect Austin Cindric to do? He's going for his first win in the Cup Series, and it's for the Daytona 500. Yeah. Of course, you're gonna throw that block. There's no teammates at that point. You say fuck him, and fuck him. I'm gonna do whatever I can.
will say that.
Well, I do agree. But when your teammate didn't say fuck you, and then you fucked him, when it comes around, don't be excited. Or don't be surprised, I should say.
Yeah.
I will say, Austin Cindric should watch himself at these other plate races that he might not get the same help from Blaney that he got there. But yeah, wow. I did not.
Well, I mean, if Blaney's been dealing with Joey for these many years, he can deal with that one little particular moment.
How about this? 2 years in a row, Penske teammates were beefing at the finish of the 500.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, I will say this, though, too. The rumor mill is that Ryan Blaney went to victory lane, congratulated every single member of Team Penske on that 2 team, except for one person.
Darn.
Can only imagine who that might be.
But how the hell can Austin Cindric win on his second damn try, and we're going on freaking 18 next season?
Hey, man.
Pisses me off.
He pulled a Trevor Bayne, baby.
I'm fine with Trevor Bayne, but frig, dude.
Well,
Michael McDowell, Austin Dillon, Trevor Bayne, they get all win the 500 before Kyle Busch. I'm like, come on. When's our turn?
I see. I look at it like this more. I mean, look at how far this kid's come. I remember watching him in the Truck Series, absolutely hating his guts for wrecking Ben Rhodes and cost him a chance at championship a couple years ago when he was in the 27 truck, and just looking really all over the place in the Truck Series racing for Brad Keselowski. Jumps in Brad's car and wins a Daytona 500 a couple years later. I mean, dude's come a long way. He went from just the road course ringer to now he can win everywhere. And he's a bona fide race car driver now.
This guy could not drive race cars for the longest time. And then once he got that first oval win,
at Kentucky,
the floodgates open and Austin Cindric just took off. He's gonna be a force to be reckoned with down the stretch, down the road here these next couple of years. He's proved to be a very good race car driver.
But I will give it to him. He did really good in the 500. Like him and Keselowski were up front all day long.
Dude, how weird was that with the first few laps, seeing the 2 push the 6? That was weird.
Yeah, a little bit. But then Brad killed everybody.
How salty do you think Brad was? All those years he couldn't win the 500 in the 2 car. Austin Cindric in his first 500 in the 2 cars. Like, well, this was easy, boys.
Well, so no, but I tell you what, though, I just needed Blaney to make a little bit more contact, maybe just hook that to a little bit more than that 23 would have been a victory lane, half a car length, damn near snaked it. That would have been so cool to see.
Second time that he has finished second in the Daytona 500. Him and Blaney do have a 500 win coming soon. Those guys are always so damn good here.
Look at Bubba Wallace on the super speedways. He's got 3 top 3s, 3 top 2s in the last 3 super speedways races, including the win at Talladega. He's proven to be a force to be reckoned with on these super speedways.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, he makes the moves at the right time. He knows where to go. He knows where the energy's coming from. He makes a big block when he needs to too. We've seen that. So, but I agree. And same thing with Blaney, though. I really felt like this was going to be his year. You know, he put himself right in the catbird seat. But, you know, it goes back to something we talked about with Daniel Hemrick. Just a little bit too nice. He talked about in his post-race interview, you know, I wasn't going to make that move until I knew one of the Penske cars was going to win. But to borrow from a Michael Jordan meme, man, fuck them kids. Go out and get that dub. Get that bag. Get that dub.
Hey, man,
nobody's going to remember the guy that helped his teammate win. They're all going to remember who wins the Daytona 500. You got to be a little more selfish, I think. But you know what? I understand why he does it. You got to be a team player. But at the same time, you know what? You best teammate yourself, man.
Mm-hmm.
And shout out to Bubba for finishing second with no fender.
Yeah,
dude.
We're teammates.
Yeah,
phenomenal.
He was a lonely Yoder up there, man.
Yep.
But I gotta thank Bubba Wallace and Christopher Bell both for being great teammates for Kyle on Sunday. They made. I'm surprised the Toyotas were able to keep up with the Fords, especially in stage 1, especially on the bottom lane. I didn't think they made that work, but wow, that was awesome.
Yeah.
So
Bubba and Kyle were like stuck to each other most of the race, man. They were just working together, and they had a good thing going for a lot of the second half of that race.
And it's ironic because in the Daytona August race, Bubba kind of called Kyle out for, not helping him in the Daytona August race last year. And then, but they made up real quick. Like the very next week, Kyle made a joke like during driver intros. He went up to Bubba and while he was listening to his music, and Kyle said, "Team orders, am I right?" And Bubba just was like, "Oh, fuck you." And and they made it work. So that makes me very, very happy.
And I think that's part of it. Now that Bubba's got to win on a super speedway and is proven to be the guy he is, he's going to get that respect, and he's going to get that respect from his teammates. So I think you're really going to see guys like Kyle, guys like Truax, they're going to want to work with that 23 because you know what? He's proven he can get to the front and he knows how to get it done now.
Yep. I really think 2311 is going to be a super speedway powerhouse. I mean, Kurt Busch, we know that he is phenomenal at the super speedways. Bubba Wallace, he's been proving himself for the past few years. So Toyota, I mean, Ford, you got to look out because Toyota is becoming a super speedway powerhouse now. I mean, Denny Hamlin,
good to have the best competition up there.
Yeah, and Denny Hamlin is, I would say, regarded as the best super speedway driver right now.
Oh, without a
no doubt.
Yeah.
But they're just so outnumbered every single year.
Oh, yeah. But, I mean, they're growing. They just added another car to the fleet with 45. So Toyota's slowly growing. Yeah, it's not enough. But, I mean, you need to bring Michael Waltrip Racing back with the jet fuel, man. Joe.
No.
Oh, Mikey.
Don't get Nick going about Michael Waltrip Racing. That has not been good to him on the show.
Nope.
Don't talk about that or Domino's.
Nope.
Domino's.
Or Justin Haley.
Love the company. Love Michael Waltrip. Good guy.
I'm gonna have to hear the Domino story after the show.
The Domino story,
Nick's...
the cursed car, the cursed diecast.
Yeah.
That bad luck.
Never mind.
But that curse has been lifted ever since Daniel Hemrick won the championship. So Nick can breathe easy now.
Yes, I can breathe easy.
All right, guys. So congrats, Austin Cindric, for winning the Daytona 500. Let's go into a new segment that I want to play. It's called Fame and Shame. So we're going to look at who looked excellent from this past weekend and who looked bad, who looked like reckless, wrecking other drivers, or the team that brought a slow car for someone who is normally pretty decent. So let's start off with fame. We had Bubba Wallace. Even after getting damage to his car, he still finished second in the Daytona 500. Looked like a badass out there. Austin Cindric, his debut in the 2 car. He ran well with his teammate Blaney, learned how to get up to the front, ran really well with the draft in these new Cup cars, and won the Daytona 500. And then we got David Reagan, guys. He was running with Rick Ware Racing, and he was able to avoid chaos and finish 8th in the 15 car. Freaking phenomenal for David Reagan and Rick Ware Racing at Daytona. So, guys, fame, Bubba Wallace, Austin Cindric, David Reagan, they did phenomenal this weekend.
Yeah, agree on all of them. They all hit.
Absolutely.
Yep.
And then we'll move on to shame. We had Brad Keselowski. You know, he had wrecking multiple drivers throughout the race in his Daytona debut as a car driver owner at RFK. And then we had the money team, Shaman, at the track with Kaz Grala losing a wheel, entering into turn 1. So we do know that is a 4-race suspension for his crew chief. And then we had Jack Villeneuve, however the hell you say his name, and Team Hesburgh. They were slow throughout the whole race. They couldn't keep up with the draft whatsoever. And he just ended up, I think, 2-3 laps down by the end of the race, and just horrible debut for that team that we thought maybe actually had a chance with a Formula One champion and an Indy 500 champion behind the wheel.
Can I offer up an honorable mention for the shame?
You got it.
I would like to nominate our own Dalton Good for dropping an F-bomb on national television.
It was more than an F-bomb. It was more than
kids watching. There's kids watching this program. What the hell?
No, I call that fame because of all the interaction I've gotten, the memes that
that's a favorite F word right now, baby.
I want to give a shout out to Steve Lovender for the tweet he sent. This is probably the best tweet. He tweeted out, "Hey, Dalton Good, everybody's got to be shaking his head right now."
Watch your language, man.
Yeah, your grandma's watching.
All right, guys, we're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, we will be doing our preview for Auto Club Speedway. We have the Xfinity Series and Cup Series this weekend. Truck Series is off, so when we be back, we'll be making our predictions. All right, everybody, welcome back to the Stock Car Spectacle. We are going to be previewing the Xfinity Series and the Cup Series races at Auto Club Speedway this upcoming weekend. Starting off with the Xfinity Series, we have the Production Alliance Group 300. It's a 300-mile race. Stages 1 and 2 are 35 laps each, and the final stage is 80 for a total of 150 laps. Some notables that we have in this race. We have Cole Custer. He will be in the 07, and Trevor Bayne will be in the 18 car for Joe Gibbs Racing. We know Nick is happy about that one. Harrison Burton was the previous winner here at Auto Club Speedway when we were racing here in 2020. So look out for Joe Gibbs Racing this upcoming weekend. We know that they have some fast cars in the Xfinity program at Auto Club that we've seen in the past. So guys, who is your pick to win the Xfinity Series race at Auto Club this upcoming Saturday? Nick, who you got, buddy?
Oh, it's the most obvious pick in the world. I am picking the 18 to Trevor Bayne, baby. Trevor has not raced in the Xfinity Series since 2016 when he got a top 5 finish at Watkins Glen. And going back, he's got 7 Xfinity starts at Fontana with the best finish at 6. But this is a totally new deal for him. He's been out of a car for over a year now since he did all the truck racing with Nice. And what better way to come back in your first Xfinity Series race with Joe Gibbs Racing, top equipment. That car won a championship last year, and then go out and get yourself a dub. Riding the Bayne train, baby. Taking that 18 car.
Attaboy.
All right.
All right, Mikey G, who you got on Saturday, bud?
All right, fellas, I'm going to stay in the same camp that Joe Gibbs, but I'm going to go with Grandpa Pop's little boy, that young phenom, Ty Gibbs, going to get it done on Saturday.
My boy.
We've seen the talent. Yep. We've seen the talent in this kid. He's a true race car driver. You know, we've talked about, you know, he's going to have to earn some respect from the way he's drove. You know how you get a lot of that respect back, boys? You win.
Yep.
Damn straight. All right, Dalton, who you got for the Xfinity Series race, buddy?
All right. I hate piggybacking off of people. I genuinely do. But Nick, I want to join you, brother. I got to pick the hometown boy, Trevor Bayne. Go Vols, from Knoxville, Tennessee. So excited to see him back. And for Joe Gibbs of all places, he finally gets a good ride. I hate it's not a full season, but hey, he might have something to prove. I mean, Ty Gibbs had a part-time Xfinity season last year. Look at him. He won 3-4 races last year. So I'm pulling for Trevor Bayne hard on all these 7 races that he's competing in. So I'm really excited
got something
for
to
it.
prove this year.
Yeah.
I want him to win so bad. I mean, that's the only reason why I like Trevor Bayne, is because a couple days before he won the 500 in 2011, me and Dad found out he was from Knoxville, Tennessee. And, you know, us being the Vols fans that we are, we're like, you know what? We like him already. And then I met him later that year and at a Ford dealership. And I'm like, yeah, I just want this guy to succeed. So, yeah, how can you not be pulling for Trevor Bayne this Saturday?
Yes, sir.
Bang, bang, baby.
All right, guys. So I'm actually going to switch up my original pick that I had. So I want to see my boy Noah Gragson win on Saturday on my birthday.
Okay.
I think that would be the best birthday present. Let's go, Noah.
I don't hate it.
Go.
Hey, I mean, he's one hell of a racer. Auto Club is a treacherous track. We know that he's really good at those tough tracks. So why the hell not throw that number 9 in victory lane, lock ourselves in the playoffs early? After all that bullshit that we went through at Daytona this past weekend, let's go. All right, guys, let's move on to the Cup Series race. We got the Wise Power 400. It is a 400-mile race. Stages 1 and 2 are 60 laps each, and the final stage is 80 for a total of 200 laps. Kyle Busch is the only driver in the field with multiple wins. So guys, who is your pick to win? Bowman did win in 2020. It's the most previous race.
Gross.
The Hackman himself.
Come on, I made it almost a whole show without calling him out. Don't make me start now.
So Dalton, our very good friend, who do you have to win the Cup Series race on Sunday?
Oh, you just gave away my answer already.
Oh,
You just gave away my answer
you're
already.
you're picking the track killer. Gross.
The Hack.
No. Oh, hell no. I'm talking Kyle Busch, baby.
Oh,
okay.
there he is. Okay.
All right.
Okay,
All right.
we'll allow it.
That's a lot better.
We'll
That's a lot
allow that
better.
one. Yeah.
I'll accept it. I'll accept
I
it.
ain't picking that boring ass piece of shit.
Hey.
Oh, all right. So it's Dalton that's gonna get. That's gonna get us in some trouble.
Let's
Not
go.
me.
I already got
Hey,
canceled.
he's used to the cancel game, y'all. Don't worry about it.
I already got
fuck
canceled
Alex
last year.
Bowman.
I already got canceled last year by Cooper because we were playing a game on a left-turn Colt. We pulled up drivers and we had to guess their personality with a sponsor. And mine for Alex Bowen was Ticonderoga Pencils because he has the personality of a pencil. Cooper was so pissed and we were just laughing my ass off. But yeah, no, I ain't picking Alex Bowman. No, I gotta pick Kyle Busch. I gotta pick Kyle Busch for California. 4 wins at this track. Special place for him. First career win happened here. On this diecast right here. Won that amazing battle between Denny Hamlin and Joey Logano the week after the Bristol feud. The very next season, the Kyle show was born with that finish after Jimmy Johnson had tire issues after dominating. And then last but not least, he got his 200th NASCAR career win at the California Speedway in 2019. So I got to do it again. Also, a 9.5 average finish for Kyle at this track. So he's pretty good here. And again, right now, things are looking up for that team right now. After not really having speed for the last half of the season last year, I think with practice finally coming back, things are finally getting better. He was fast in the class, had a chance to win there, drove his ass off in the Daytona 500, and that never happens at super speedways. So, yeah, I got a really good feeling about this weekend, like my last name.
Oh, there he is.
Come on, man. We were so close.
Had to do it.
Oh, shit. All right. Who wants to pick their driver next?
All right, fellas, I'll go next. I'm going to go with a guy that almost won here in that 2020 race, got snaked by Alex Bowman, almost won the Daytona 500 this year until he got snaked by a teammate. He's motivated, coming up a 3-win season, going to be out to prove more than ever. I'm going with number 12, Ryan Blaney, going to park that thing in victory lane, get his season rolling right, lock himself in the playoffs, and hopefully go on a run. I think last year was just the tip of the iceberg for old 12-piece. I think we're going to see him go on a nice little run this year. 3 wins is just a start. I think we're going to build on that this year, get at least 3 more this year. And I think it starts in week 2 at Auto Club.
All right.
All right.
For my pick, so you think of Auto Club, you think of a multi-groove racetrack. There's tons of room to race. And when you go to tracks like that, there's always one guy that stands out. He's our defending Cup Series champion. I'm going with the 5 of Kyle Larson. This track has been really good to him. 7 starts, 3 top 5s, including the win back in 2017. And yeah, this track just suits him so well. And I just look for driver number 5 to get rolling early, just like he did last year again. I'm taking Kyle Larson, park it.
All right. Not a bad pick. For my pick to win at Auto Club on Sunday, I got to go with the 22 car of Joey Logano. He usually looks pretty fast here at Auto Club Speedway.
Yeah, when he breaks, especially when he breaks people's backs at this track.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, damn. Yeah.
That was my favorite moment. That was the best Tony Stewart interview ever with Steve Burns. I'm going to bust his ass.
I wanted him to kick his ass so bad.
Oh, yeah. That was great. So I'll be going with the 22 car. Penske started off hot with winning Daytona 500. I think they're going to continue the momentum and win at Auto Club. So Joey Logano going to victory lane on Sunday. So guys, Auto Club this weekend. Glad for NASCAR to be back there. We know we didn't have racing there last year because of the pandemic, but finally Auto Club is back. Do you guys have any final thoughts before we close the show here?
The Bain train, baby, it's back. Oh my God, I'm so excited to watch Trevor Bain drive a race car again. Oh,
yes, sir.
That's gonna be. I just can't wait.
Well, I think that, obviously glad to see our boy, Mr. Trevor Bain, back in a race car. Glad to be back at Auto Club. I think it's an underrated track. I really like, the multi-grooves we can run here. The 2-mile track is kind of a unique touch too. Also too, I think it's going to be a really good display of what we have with this next gen car. All we've seen so far is a really, really super short track exhibition race, which really isn't going to be too indicative of anything in my opinion. And now we just came off the Daytona 500, which, I thought the cars put on a good show. We saw that they, really stood up with damage and stuff well. But this is going to be a little more indicative of what you're going to see all season long out of these cars. So this is the first true test in my eyes. Can't wait to see if these cars pass or get a failing grade next week.
See, I'm curious to see if there's going to be any mechanical issues, if any, because this is the first time we're going to a track that's not a super speedway or the super short track. This is like our first, I don't want to say real track, but almost like real oval racetrack that we're going to. So
this is going to be the real test for the cars.
This is like real.
Yes.
This is like almost a real first test for these cars. So I'm going to be curious to see if we get any mechanical issues with this being the new car. It's going to be fun to watch. So I love this racetrack.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I got a couple things. Number one, happy to see Trevor Bayne back. I hope he gets it done. I want it so bad. You don't even understand. I want it more than Nick does.
Oh hell no, you don't.
Nah,
No,
that's
yes, I do.
bullshit.
No
No, you
way,
don't.
dude.
No
Bullshit.
way.
I do.
No
you do
way.
not want it more than
No,
I do.
that's
man.
a goddamn line, you know.
You know the last time I celebrated a Trevor Bayne win, it was what 9 years
He
ago.
had to celebrate with juice boxes.
Yeah, with
Dalton.
juice
That's how he had to
Was that
celebrate.
2013 Iowa?
9 years ago in Iowa.
The man
Trevor
stone
Bayne.
colded Capri Suns. That's how
Yeah,
long
so
ago it
I
was.
don't want to hear that shit that you want it more than I do. No
Okay.
way.
All
You
right,
can
whatever.
want it. You're allowed to want it just as much as I do. but not
At least he's
Not
back
more.
though.
Yes.
And
There's
number
that.
And number two, I actually do expect a lot of tire issues possibly this weekend after the track sitting empty for about almost 2 years. Kind of like Nashville. You know, Nashville was literally abandoned for like 11 years. And then when they came back to that race, there were tire failures like all over the place and mechanical failures as well. So that won't be a surprise as well. They're putting a tire dragon down and a resin, which I don't like that. I don't think that's necessary, but
I think it's going to help with tire fall off and everything.
I'm worried about the resin a little bit. I do not want this to turn out to be a one groove racetrack of the dominant
Yes.
groove.
Mhm.
That's what I'm a little
And-
scared about.
and if it sucks,
don't
they'll
think it
turn into
will.
a short track.
Yeah. I don't think we will though. So if they were putting down the PJ1 or something, I'd be there with you guys. But I think what we learned last year was the resin did improve the racing when it was added to the track. That was like when NASCAR finally found its groove on how to make some of the lanes a little better. I agree. I don't know that this track necessarily really needs it because I feel like all lanes are already naturally competitive, but I really don't think the resin's going to hurt it either.
But it worked at Nashville. There's no doubt
Mhm.
about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's for sure.
And last but not least, GFD.
GFD, KFB. All right, everybody. Well, thanks for tuning into the Stock Car Spectacle. Thanks to our good buddy Dalton Good, the Twitter celebrity himself, for coming on the show and basking us in his greatness. You guys can follow him on Twitter. Make sure to check out the Left Turn Cult as well. They're a phenomenal podcast, bunch of crazy assholes. I love those guys.
New merch. So we got a brand new shirt that just came out that says "I am a Twitter celebrity." So make sure you go get those t-shirts.
You are a fucking
It's my
asshole.
fault.
You made merch just for yourself to buy.
No,
That's the most
Cody did
ridiculous
it.
shit I've
No,
ever
Cody
heard.
did it. I didn't do
Uh-huh,
shit. I was the one that
uh-huh.
said the line, but yeah, Cody made that.
Oh yeah.
But also,
Bastard.
speaking of merch, you guys can check out our merchandise designed by our good buddy Dalton Good on spreadshirt.com. Got shirts, hats, sweatshirts, bags. We even got
Pillows.
stuffed animals as well, pillows. There's a bunch of it. So, guys, go on spreadshirt.com. Show some love to the Stock Car Spectacle. Make sure to like our video and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're also on every podcast platform as well with Spotify and Anchor.fm. So you guys can find us there. And that will about wrap it up for us. So, guys, for the Stock Car Spectacle, I'm Ian Jortson.
I'm Mike Gamble.
Nah, I'm Nick Kinzel.
And, guys, we'll see you next week. Dalton Good, thanks for coming on, buddy.
This is Dalton Good, and I'm a Twitter celebrity.
Oh my fucking god.